Hello again everyone and welcome back to Skyblock News. I'm your host Derailious and today we're going to be going over a small change that has hit the Hypixel network that may have accidentally wiped a few Goblin Eggs. Before we begin, make sure to like and subscribe and use code RAIL on the Hypixel store for 5% off your order to support the channel. Without any further ado though, let's get started. So the actual changes made here today are mostly cosmetic. The goal here seems to be updating a few items to the modern version in terms of using new item textures. For example, the Goblin Egg got an update. It was already using a different texture, but now it has its own set one. Same thing for Amalgamated Crimsonite. As you can see, it now uses what seems to be the Pitcher Pod, but that's not really what we're talking about when we're talking about this update. It's actually related more so with the Goblin Eggs. As you can see, because they now use an egg as their base texture, their maximum stack size is 16. Now, this isn't a problem by itself. I mean, who really cares? If you want to store 16 of these, whatever, it's not the end of the world. You can now put them in sacks, so it's fine, right? Well, the problem is, if you had them in your storage or in your inventory, and this goes for pretty much any type, and you had them in a stack size of over 16, like you were able to do before this update, your extra Goblin Eggs ended up getting wiped. So if you had, for example, a bunch of blue Goblin Eggs and you had a stack of them, 64 prior to this update, and they were just sitting around, well, too bad, now you only have 16. I think this applies for all the different types of Goblin Eggs. I'm not 100% certain, but it seems like that's the case, because prior they used the Monster Egg texture, whereas now they use the base of Minecraft Egg, and they have the Skyblock item model, which you can see below it, Goblin Egg Blue. Very, very interesting, very, very silly. Hopefully in the near future we get an update about this and they end up fixing the problem and refunding the people their eggs that they ended up losing. It's the type of update where, yes, in theory, this could be really, really cool and become a super interesting way to add some more variety to items in the game. For example, if you look at Null Ovoids, they did the same thing here. Their base model is now paper, but they use the item value of the Null Ovoid, which is the Enderman spawn egg. It's really cool tech. It's just when it's not used in a proper manner, you get issues like the Goblin Egg issue. I don't really know why they ended up doing it like this. I guess it sort of makes sense because they need the Goblin Eggs to actually be eggs, so you throw them, but they didn't consider the fact that when you have more than 16 eggs, it doesn't stack properly. Regardless, an issue that I hope they look into and resolve. Obviously, with Hypixel Skyblock updated to the latest version, every once in a while we are going to run into an issue like this when they try to change some aspect of the game. I really do hope in the future they use the alpha network more for stuff like this. It just feels like a great place to be like, hey, we're throwing up the alpha for an hour. We just want to make this small change real quick. Let's make sure it's all good, because otherwise it gets pushed to main and stuff like this ends up happening. Would love to hear what you think about this, though, down below. I hope everyone involved gets all their Goblin Eggs back. Leave all your thoughts down below once again, though, and look to the future, fellas. I'll see you then.